Thanks for joining us as we talk about buying things from garage sales, thrift stores, and flea markets and reselling them on eBay for a profit. I'm John, that's Devin, and we're the Sevier Thrifters. Hey everybody, episode 11, Devin.
11, Devin. 11.
I didn't even plan that. That was just the Dr. Seuss in me.
The Dr. Seuss, huh?
Well, we want to thank all of our listeners for downloading, listening, reaching out to me. We got an email. What was Blue's Clues? What was the mail
We
thing?
got a letter.
Hey,
We just got a letter.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. Wonder who it's from. Well, well, we want to say thank you, Michelle, for reaching out to us on sevierthrifters@gmail.com.
Yeah,
and
thank
she is listening to our podcasts, and she had a question. So,
Drum roll, please.
drum roll. Okay, and it says, you were talking about your spreadsheet and that you posted what time and day you listed it on eBay. So here's my question. eBay has 7-day auctions. Do you schedule your auction start times to start on late Sunday evening? That way the auction ends over the following weekend, Sunday evening when many people are online, or Saturday evening to Sunday evening. Or do you just start an auction at whatever time you happen to be posting it? I wondered what would be the best way it would be. And to answer your question, Devin and I both can chime in on that one.
Yeah.
I actually looked at my statistics after I got your email, and so I went through my analytics on eBay. But Devin, you want to, since you were like the auction king there for...
So I think auctions, your auctions, I've always sold things on the last day of my auction. I never auctioned something off and ended up selling it right away. They always waited until that last day. I think most people are wanting to wait till that last few hours, and then they're gonna bid. They're gonna watch it no matter what. All my auctions always had a few watchers on it, and those watchers were always the ones that seemed to have bid the 99 cents or whatever the lowest bid they could possibly get it. I mean, they were trying to get whatever they can for the cheapest thing possible. I think Sunday to Sunday would probably... I don't have any statistics saying like which one would work. I think they're gonna... Since it's a 7-day auction, you started on Monday, you're gonna get, Saturday and Sunday. I think Saturday and Sunday are the prime days that you're gonna sell stuff, because that's when people are on their computers, on their phones the most, because it's their days off normally if you're working 9 to 5, So I think any time throughout the week is a good time to sell it, because it's going to hit that Saturday, Sunday mark, no matter when you start it. If you started on Saturday, you have Saturday, Sunday, and then you're going to have another Saturday. So that may be best. Friday may be a good one. I don't know. What does your statistics say?
So I looked at my analytics on eBay, just going off of what I've sold with auctions and buy it nows.
Okay.
My hottest days, every single one has been a Saturday.
Really?
Every Saturday has been my peak day of every week for the last 2 months now.
So you want to say you were right, Devin?
So Saturdays are a good day. I'm never going to tell you that you're right. I have done some auctions as well and have toyed around with days, but I toyed around more with the time that the auction ends.
Okay.
Because I honestly feel like you're better off ending your auction in the evening.
Yeah.
Because I had some end in the morning and then in the afternoon. Nobody pays attention to them, probably because everybody's busy with work or kids or whatever the case may be. So I definitely think the evening time, the later the better, I found. Now, I'm not talking 7. I'm talking end at like 9, 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, I think, sorry to cut you off there, but I think most people, right, when I'm laying in bed, sometimes I'll roll over, I'll sit on my phone for a couple hours. Taylor and I both do it. We'll sit on our phones.
Hours?
Oh, yeah. We'll sit on our phones, watch YouTube videos, watch a show, something like that. We'll just sit on our phones and just relax and just watch something on our phones or scroll through eBay or scroll through Amazon, especially this time of year. And so I think later in the night is best, because that's when people are winding down. That's when people are most likely to sit on their phones and listen to stuff, watch things, go on eBay and shop. You're bored. That's what you're going to do. Everyone does it. When you're bored, you'll see yourself. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to this. You'll see yourself like scrolling through all your apps 30 times, even though nothing new is happening. You're still doing it just because you're bored. It's kind of like when you open your fridge twice to see if there's any food. Like, the first time there wasn't any, so you closed it, opened it again, and it's
Just to
still
make sure.
empty.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, it's still empty, but you're going to check anyways. Maybe you saw something that time that you didn't see. So I think late night would be probably the best, and it makes the most sense in my opinion.
And so I definitely, as far as sales go, believe it or not, a lot of my sales have come between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m.
Really?
Weird, right?
That is weird.
And it might be because we're Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I think it might be because earlier in the day, that would be around 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
Right, for everybody else.
Most people.
So I guess timing, it's all going to depend on your time zone. So I would assume you'd want to try to have your listings end somewhere between, say, 9 p.m. and midnight, in that range. There is no go-to number. Now, this is just my analytics that I'm sharing. I'm not an eBay expert. Neither is Devin.
No.
But these are just examples from what we have seen.
Yeah.
As far as days, I really do think ending it on a Saturday night would be prime, according to my statistics. My Sundays are relatively slow.
That doesn't surprise me.
Which is weird. And my next highest day is a Monday.
Really?
Do you believe that? I would have figured a Friday night would have been a good one.
I guess coming from like a people aspect, I could see Sunday. Sundays are normally the days most people spend with their families. I spend Sundays cleaning, doing laundry. I don't really scroll through my phone much. I'll put on a YouTube video or I'll put on a podcast and just listen to it. I won't really watch my phone or scroll through TikTok or eBay or anything like that for that matter. Mondays, if you're working a 9 to 5, it's your first day back at work. Maybe people are on their phones more often just to kind of
get back into the swing
of things. I've noticed, coming from a podcast standpoint, I've noticed Mondays are the busiest day for us because I feel like most people are just trying to get back into the swing of things, trying to get their little bit of relaxation back in. Well, hopefully it's why they're listening. Maybe not, but they're listening either way. Maybe because they're just on their way to work or something like that, and they're just trying to get their mind out of it's Monday.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure.
So with those numbers, again, you do what you want. I have noticed, because I know, Devin, you've posted some that ended in the middle of the week. I have done some that have ended in the middle of the week, and my results were not great at all.
Yeah, those are the ones that you'll get the people who are just watching do the 99-cent bids and just try to get you for however cheap.
Those are the snipers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that go in there just trying to buy something cheap.
Those are the guys that are on there to buy it and then try to sell it again for higher money. I mean, that's what they're doing. I was going to say something and I completely forgot.
Because the rule of thumb is probably 75% of America is rich Friday, broke Monday.
Yep.
So you have to take advantage of that time in between. Friday nights, everybody just got their check. Not everybody has it deposited, direct deposit. Some people still get checks.
Yeah.
So they probably haven't maybe got the money yet, or they went out because they got paid, so they went out to eat, so they're not going to be on their phones. That's probably why. I don't know. I don't see a lot of results on Friday evenings. It's Saturdays that are like prime.
I feel like it's a mixture of everything, honestly. And I can't remember exactly. eBay auctions, are they 7-day, 23-hour, 59 minutes or whatever? Or is it 6 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds? Because it's not 7 days.
They actually have multiple choices. You can do longer auctions.
Yeah, because you can do a 14-day.
You can do a 14-day.
Would you say a 14-day would be better than a 7? I think that's a really long time.
I think people lose interest.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think if it was a rare item that you had say 15 to 30 people watching it, but you're not going to know this until it's already over with. But I think for a standard reseller, I think 14 days is a long time, because I'm going for my personal, if I was looking for something, I wouldn't want to wait 2 weeks for that to end.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right? Because most people are impulsive buyers.
Yeah.
You get on there and you see something, you want to buy it now. That's why even 7 days is long.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to wait 7 days. But if you are going to do an auction, I really think to optimize how much you're going to make out of it, end it on a Saturday evening late, and you can schedule that. You don't, just because you get on there Tuesday and you want to do a 7-day doesn't mean it's going to end on Monday or whatever the case may be. So, Monday evening, whatever the case may be. You can schedule when it begins, and then you can have the 7-day. So you really want to make sure, in my opinion, that it ends on a Saturday or a Monday, as of right now.
Yeah.
From my analytics. That's just going off of what I've seen.
And I think if you're doing an auction, either have it be a short auction, or do a buy it now. Because buy it nows are, 64 days or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weird number.
It is a weird number, but I think it's a certain amount of days. It's not 7. So it stays on there for a while. Unless you have something, I think we've talked about this in a previous episode, where unless you have something rare or something that you're not sure on the value on.
And I have something like that, and I'll touch on that after you're done.
Okay. Well, I would say do a buy it now anyways, just because it's on there longer. People can buy it for whatever you're asking for, rather than possibly bidding it up or bidding it down even, because you could be undercutting yourself by putting something on the auction.
Right. And so what I did, I found a vintage single stitch T-shirt.
Okay.
And it's very cool. It's brown and like an off-white. I don't remember the name of the lodge that's on the front, but it's a really cool made in the USA single stitch T-shirt. I can't find anything like it online, so I don't know what to price it at. So what I did is I have like $1 in it. I went ahead and did it as an auction, 7-day auction, but I put the buy it now price at a price that I'm comfortable with selling it for. And so if they want it, great. But if it goes higher than that, then kudos, right?
Even better.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if you're going to do an auction, you might want to consider one of 3 things. If you don't care what it goes for, then just throw it on there.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing is you should always care what it goes for, because you're probably going to have to pay shipping.
Yeah.
So you could set an auction for 7-day, if that's what you want to do, 7-day, and put the starting bid whatever your shipping cost would be. Then you know you're not going to lose any money.
Yeah.
So if it's going to cost $9 to ship, your starting bid should be $9. Because then you're not, Devin knows.
Yep.
Because he got ate up on that one a couple times, right? Yeah. And that's a tough lesson to learn, but I'm here to tell you, don't do it.
Yep.
And then the third one is go ahead, like we just talked about, do the buy it now price. Do your first bid at whatever, $9, and let it run for 7. If you want to run it for 14 just to see what it does, feel free. But I just don't think people have the patience for a 14-day auction unless it's something so rare, right? So rare that they have to have it.
I've had some things that has had a bunch of viewers and quite a few watchers on the auctions, and still, I mean, there's no bidding war. It still sells for $4.60 or something like that. I wouldn't go off of how many people are actually going to look at your thing. I would definitely go off of how much money you have in it and how much you think you're going to make out of it and how much your shipping's going to be. I think those are the main things that I would go after, instead of, I'll have a bidding war over this item because it's rare. It may be rare to you. It's not rare to someone else.
Right. You don't know if you're going to get the bidding war.
Exactly.
It's not like a live auction where you can see that the 2 people that want it. Just because you have watchers, could be 5 people just want to see what it goes for because they have one just like it that they want to sell.
Well, I've done it before where I've been on my phone on eBay and I found a couple cameras that I really liked that were selling for dirt cheap, that were like upwards of like tens of thousands of dollar cameras that they were trying to get rid of for like $1,000. And I was like, that's a 7-day auction. I was like, odds are it's not going to go for $1,000, but I'm going to watch it because if it goes above, a certain price point, there ain't no point in me bidding.
Right.
But if it stays at this $1,000, I'm going to snag it up.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I got you.
So I feel like that's a lot of people also do that too. They're watching it just to see what the price is at, and because if it's cheap, everyone's looking for a deal always. So if you can find for example, a $10,000 camera and buy it for $2,000, or they have it listed for $2,000, and it's your 3rd day in, I would watch it just to wait and see. Maybe it'll go up. Maybe it'll stay at 3,000. I don't know yet. So that's why I feel like a lot of places or a lot of things have many different watchers.
Yeah, different types of watchers.
Yeah.
You have the people that are really interested in buying it. Then you have the ones that are just being nosy, and then you have the ones that just want to, not really nosy, but want to see what it goes for their own information, their own education. And so I think a big problem with the watcher status is similar to the likes that you get on social media. It really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Yes, it's great to have watchers because when you do buy it nows, like I have 280 listings. If you have a watcher, then it eBay allows you to send them an offer.
Yeah. Yep.
So without any watchers, you can't send anybody an offer.
Yeah.
So watchers are great They really are.
If they're watchers who are
If
looking
they're watchers
to buy.
that are interested. I sent out probably 30 offers the other day just because I was trying to get my feet wet with that. Just wanted to kind of get in. I've never done it before, so I just wanted to try. And I did sell 2 things from doing it, 2 different pieces. So I was like, this does work. But I heard nothing back from the other 28.
Yeah, it's crazy how that works.
27.
I had that I think I ended up selling it now, but the single cup, K cup,
That glass.
My Joe something.
Yeah.
Well, there was that one.
Yeah, My Joe.
I'm talking about the My. I found it at a thrift store, and it was just you put the K cup in it, and you pour hot water into the K cup, and it makes your coffee for you. Well, I posted on eBay. I ended up having one guy watching it. He sent me an offer for. I was trying to get it for $22. I think I ended up getting it for free at the thrift store. The lady just didn't ring it up, and he put it in there for $20. The offer for $20, and so I was like, "It's only $2." So I was gonna take it. Well, then he put in an offer for $21, and I was like, well, "He's sending me a couple offers. I haven't even accepted nor declined it yet. And, I just haven't gotten back to him." And then he ended up buying it for $22. I'm like,
You wanted it really bad.
I haven't replied yet. Especially if you're a buyer on eBay, stick to especially if it's a 7-day auction. Even better if it's a buy it now and you send an offer in, because you can see how many people are watching it, can't you? If you're buying something on eBay, does it tell you if you're?
I think it does show
it
that
shows
there's other watchers.
So I mean, if you're the only watcher on it, lowball them and see what you get. You never know.
Come on, as a seller, I don't want to lowball.
Dude,
offer.
if he would have gave me a $20 offer, if I would have gotten to my phone, I would have accepted it.
Well, yeah.
But he sent me a $21 offer, so I was like, well, now I'm going to hold out.
Patience is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sell a lot of mine from offers, not just straight up buy it nows. And I'm not going to sit there and I've counteroffered a lot. Probably 75% of mine I counteroffer.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that it's a fair offer, so I take it. It's fair for both of us. I'm not going to sit here, and if we're at $3 apart, I will take the $3 hit. I want the sale.
Exactly.
I want the sale, especially when you're new to this. You want the sales because what you really want is that good feedback.
Yeah.
That's what gets you. December 20th is my next review on eBay, and they said if I were to be evaluated today, I'd be a top-rated seller, and I'd have access to the top-rated ribbon.
That's
Yeah! Woo, woo! So I'm excited.
That made me. You said top-rated seller. It made me think of. I think it was. Do you have Osborne to Thrift on Instagram?
Yeah,
I think
love
it was him. Did you see his story? It maybe not have been
Not
him.
today's.
It was someone's story. It was yesterday. They made their 90-day total was over $100,000.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I was like, whoa,
Congratulations.
good Lord, man. That's a lot. You think, and he said, obviously, profit was probably only about 50% of that. But still, 90 days, $50,000 profit.
There's a lot of potential in
That's
this.
good money, man.
Yeah. And so, I guess, Michelle, getting back to your question, if you want to do an auction, that's your prerogative. I think things sell better at buy it now. Mm-hmm. I really do. But if you want to do an auction, definitely, in my opinion, end it on a Saturday evening, late. That's my opinion. Or a Monday, late. I wouldn't end it on a Sunday. I think you're shooting yourself in the foot with that. Or during the week. And make sure if you are listing during the week, just schedule it out then. It's okay to have it all listed, ready to go. Just schedule it so you can make sure that it ends on a Saturday or a Monday, not a Sunday or... And you could probably do Fridays. Fridays was my third best. But I'm telling you, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday was like bottom of the... Yeah. And Sundays were low, too. It was just low. But
it doesn't surprise me.
But that's just my analytics. That's not everybody's.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to hear from someone else, too.
Yeah, see what their thoughts are.
If there's someone who has more listings than you, I would love to hear what theirs is, because... I wonder what that guy who made $100,000. I wonder what his best day is. I bet it's Saturday too.
Because like we talked about last episode, a good gauge of how well you're doing as a reseller is the 1% rule. And if you've got like Harry Tornado, he sells so much stuff. His amount of listings is only about 400.
Yeah.
But he's also sold over 1,000 items.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see. Mm-hmm. So to gauge that, he probably sells 5-6 things a day.
Yeah.
And so every day is a good day for him. But I still would like to know from those like Osborne to Thrift. There's a couple others. I can't think of their names right now. There's a bunch, actually.
There's so many.
What their prime days are. But as far as my analytics, I kind of shared that with you. But that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
I do an auction every now and again just to kind of, I don't know if it helps with the eBay algorithms at all, if it helps your store. I do one every now and again. I still have some stuff on an auction, and then it'll automatically relist if it doesn't sell.
Yeah.
So I think you can turn that on or off. And I have it on because it's like, might as well just relist itself.
Yeah.
And just keep going. But like, I don't sell my auction stuff very often. I have things that keep getting relisted.
That's most of mine that are relisted right now are just auction stuff. And you can also set it on there to where it automatically, once it relists it, it automatically lowers the price by a certain percentage.
See, now that's too, yeah.
Which is nice on the auction thing. I don't think you can do that with buy. Well, you may be
Buy it
able
now,
to.
yeah, you can be.
But I mean, it has to be after 60 days.
I think it's after 30 days or 60 days, it'll drop $10 or
Yeah.
$15 or $5, whatever. But I really do. It's a good question as far as when to end an auction. I really do think that you have to be careful with auctions. I think it all depends on what you're selling.
Yeah.
I really think that's, if it's a small, and I don't want to say small item, because I think if it's a rare item, people are more willing to pay up for an auction.
Yeah.
But if it's a hat that looks cool, you might not. You're just going to have to sit on it, I think, and do a buy it now with things like that.
Yeah, well, you have to think it's got to be something that multiple people want.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not going to get an auction isn't for one person. If one person's at an auction, everything's just going to go for the cheapest amount. You got to have multiple people there, and you can't.
Well, you said it earlier, because it's a collectible to you doesn't mean it's a collectible to somebody else.
Exactly.
It has to be legitimately collectible or rare.
Yeah, and multiple people have to. You have to look at it and be like, okay, yeah, I could. 2 or 3 people definitely would want this, and that's when I would decide, like, oh, that's what I want to do an auction for.
Supply and demand.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a lot of what you're trying to sell, like a lot of them listed, don't even do it. You're not going to make. I can't tell you how many things I do sold comps on that should sell for $40, $45, and they've sold for $13 because there was one bid on an auction.
Yeah.
It's like they could have got $45 if they just do a buy it now.
Yeah.
So you really have to be careful what you sell in an auction.
Yeah.
I was selling pen kits at an auction or auction format on eBay when I first started this, and I was losing my tail on them.
Yeah.
I really was. Yeah. So I hope that kind of answered your question. I know this is kind of a short podcast, but I think we did cover a lot.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Honestly.
I think we answered the question, and I think we hopefully told some other people, like, hey, I wouldn't mess around with auctions
As much.
Yeah. You definitely got to be
There's a time and a
collector's
place and an item for that.
Yeah.
There really is. And
I'm trying to think of anything I had in auction that had sold really well. I got multiple people bidding on. I didn't have anything like that. Because most things, you have to think most things, only a certain amount of people are actually looking out for.
Mm-hmm.
And people who collect, especially like glassware, cookware, stuff like that, odds are they're gonna be like, well, I can find it cheaper. It's no big deal. So, I mean, they're going to try to get it for as cheap as possible or just not get it at all. I had my Fiesta Bowl. I mean, the guy complained about the packaging, and it was only 99 cents. You know, it's like, you didn't really lose much. I paid shipping. You got it for 99 cents. I paid you to take my bowl. Don't complain about the shipping, you know. And that's how auctions normally work. Definitely have at least what you have in the product plus shipping
as your first bid.
For sure.
I mean, I guess if you're going to take anything away from this, is don't screw yourself over.
Yeah.
Make your first bid what you have in it.
Mm-hmm.
Cost of goods and shipping, if you're going to pay shipping, put it in there. Because you do not, you'll end up upside down. You'll be paying people to take things.
That's what I was doing. I mean, my first 4 or 5 items I sold, I was literally paying people to take my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how it worked.
Yep.
You know? And you looked it all up, and we did this. We looked it all up, and we're like, oh my gosh, like this thing's selling for $15. We were asking $1. And so I put it on there, auction 99 cents. I was like, yeah, people are going to bid on this. No one bid on it. One person did, and I got it for 99 cents. You can't get caught up in the potential of what it's worth. You have to get caught up in how much you're actually going to sell it for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the big thing. You got to look at it like, oh, it's worth $15. Okay, put your starting bid at 15 then.
Right.
If everyone else is selling, or put your starting bid at 10. If everyone else is selling it for 15, maybe it'll get up to 15. At least you get 10 out of it. Don't have your starting auction at 99 cents. That's my biggest
Do your
thing.
sold comps. If everything's selling for $30 and you want to do an auction, then put 25 down. So you're still going to make decent amount of money, but people are going to look at it like, oh, they're still going to kind of get a deal.
Yeah.
Because everything else is selling for 30, and maybe you can get two people caught up in a auction war, a bidding war.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that may be the right. Then you're not out really anything. And if it sells for 25, you're not out that much.
Yeah.
I guarantee you didn't pay 25 to make 30.
Exactly.
Right? In the reselling business, if you're doing that, you're going to go out of business quick.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You know, after eBay fees, you're going to pay.
Yeah.
So, well, I want to thank everybody for listening. Make sure you check us out on what iHeartRadio apparently is working.
Yeah.
Spotify,
Spreaker,
Pod
Chaser, I think it is.
Chaser.
Podchaser is another podcasting
Never heard
one.
of it.
Still trying to get Apple Podcast, not working. Google Podcast is working. Amazon is working.
Cool.
We got a bunch of the main ones are working, except for Apple. Apple's the only one
And that's
that
probably a
hasn't
hard
taken
one to
it.
get into.
Probably.
But thank you all for listening. Thank you for downloading.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
We are almost at, I think last episode we were at 150 or just about 150. We are almost at 200 downloads now. That's only been a couple days. So that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we're growing.
And that's because of you
fast.
all. So
yes.
thank you so much.
Guys.
And make sure you check us out on Instagram at Sevier Thrifters or Sevier_Thrifters. We have the eBay store at Sevier_Thrifters.
Yep.
We have YouTube.
Severe Thrifters.
Sevier Thrifters on YouTube. And what else am I
I
missing?
think that's it.
Is that? Yeah, and just make sure to reach out to us at SevierThrifters@gmail.com. Again, Sevier, SEVIER, Thrifters with an S, Thrifters@gmail.com. And guys, we're going to head on out of here. We got stuff to do today. I want to go thrifting. So I'm John.
I'm Devin.
And we're the Sevier Thrifters.